Hi, welcome back to WrestleMania 4K World Cup 2021. We are still here. This is the third match of the weekend. We are all having them in a row, it seems. And yeah, this is going to be Philippines versus Singapore. We're still staying in Asia, still traveling in this beautiful, beautiful continent. I am
Thank you.
Petraj, and Abe is still here with me.
Yep, I am stuck in the middle. But hey, this is gonna be a spicy match, so I couldn't say no when I had the opportunity to talk about this one.
Oh yeah, as a Singaporean, you must be interested in the outcome of this match in
I am
particular.
very hyped, not just for the historical value of this match, but just the stakes involved too. Because Philippines, they won revenge from last year.
Oh yeah, I heard about the historical tidbits. I heard it was like the fourth matchup they ever had in the Mini World Cup.
Yep, correct. This is the fourth time they will ever meet. The first time was back in 2016 in groups, then it was 2019, and then 2020, and then this year.
Yeah, like it's interesting that you bring up 2016 because both of the teams actually have a lot of history and rolling team lineups. Actually, we know that the Philippines have kind of different eras. Like they have the Arquin era, and nowadays it's a little bit different. Singapore has seen a lot of players come and go, and this year's team is kind of more quote unquote robots oriented.
Let's just say very rice based. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Because Singapore, in the entire MWC history for 4K, they've been changing players constantly. Like we see new players come in and out, in and out. Philippines, they usually keep about the same roster. Like for players like Silvestre Els and Swansea, they're kind of familiar faces. But this time, Philippines are bringing in some kind of new blood as well. In like we can see here, Cyrelia being one of them, and going for Del Rio here as an opener.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over the bands, but Cloud is once again banned. Are we ever gonna see Cloud play in a tournament match? I wonder. I don't remember the other band though.
I think. Okay, I remember the bands was Snows and Cloud. I just don't know who banned which.
Okay,
Crossed
okay.
over very
We've
quickly.
got the information here. Cloud was banned by Singapore, pretty obviously,
Ah,
and
yep.
Philippines banned Snows. Actually, not
Yep.
trusting their stamina, especially against Singapore, which is really rice oriented. So that's a fair ban. Both fair bans.
Yes, indeed. Philippines are definitely going to be this team that's going to bank on anything anti-meta, and Singapore is going to go head on Rice. So we could be in for a pretty 50-50 side match here.
Anyways, Del Rio as a first pick for the Philippines. Philippines, a very Ellen oriented team, especially Els the team. And the Mr. Riel has been performing extremely well throughout this whole tournament.
Something I'm a little bit interested in is why Philippines went for this, because they have a very good Konya score. They got third on Konya compared to Singapore's 10th score on Konya. And in terms of LN, like Singapore have a slightly better LFO. They do have a good score on Somewhere I Belong. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. Maybe this is territory where Philippines is able to shine in LN and not last weekend.
Yeah, I think Del Rio is kind of more of a comfortable pick for pure Ellen players. Something like Cronio will most likely be a little bit more ambiguous if you take the Singaporean team into account.
Yeah, so this is most likely going to be the final lineup here. We see Cyrilla, the Mystery L, and Sylvester coming in from Philippines. Singapore side with X-Ben, Joseph, and the Battle Sun. And I'm pretty sure that Singapore have used this kind of general lineup for LLens over the last few weekends, especially X-Van and Joseph. But it's just the problem of the third player just pivoting, just trying to get as much distance as they can. But it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to perform against Philippines, because Philippines in general, they have a very good LN side.
Yes, this is the first pick, and this is the occasion to get some information about both of the teams' standpoint in regards to the pool.
Yes, indeed, because the winner of this match, they are going to play another time tomorrow actually.
So, how do you feel about this map being in the pool, since it's yours?
Well, I mean, they just told me, hey, can we use Del Rio? I'm like, sure, let's do it.
Cool! Anyways, let's go!
Yeah, I don't take any offense to that. I mean, I personally feel this is one of my better maps, honestly. We see trades here, Mystery L, Dabredo Sun trading into each other, giving Philippines a slight lead right now.
Yeah, I feel like Dabredo Sun is on a really rough performance right now compared to the rest of the lobby, which is pretty unfortunate. But L's kind of uncharacteristically getting kind of a... I was kind of expecting a little bit better from L's. Maybe it's there's been a little bit of a mishap in the beginning.
No, it does seem like... Wait, is it? No, I think the four of them are still holding FCs.
Oh, yeah.
It might just be a slight general accuracy lapse, but as you can see with Singapore, X-Ben and Joseph just being the extremely hard carries, it's just the third player. And I think I said from the start, the third player just isn't being able to match up with Philippines. It is giving Singapore the lead, but as you can see, it's going back to Philippines ever so slightly. But the miss of Mystery L is going to help Singapore now have a better lead than before.
Oh my god, this is a really strange battlefield. Like, we see Joseph and Sven actually leading the battlefield by a lot. And the Philippines are a little bit more unified in terms of performance. They're kind of around the 99.2 mark, and Else is actually catching back up some huge accuracy.
Yeah, and the Dabredo Sun is picking up more misses. Now the Philippines have snatched the lead back, and there's another one. But there's going to be another hard section coming up very soon. This is going to be a bit of a Cord Jackie-ish end part with some very fast 1-6 streams. So we're going to see how all 6 players will cope with this. Here we go.
Yeah, this point has been really interesting to see because it somehow got back and forth between the Philippines and the Singaporean team in very different ways. Like, Sven and Joseph are still carrying the Singaporean team, but they have a huge third player problem, unfortunately. And the Philippines, they're doing actually pretty decently.
Yeah, but it is the team score that matters, not just individual performances. And as a team score, Philippines are able to hold this out, I believe. With just the last few seconds of the map left, there's nothing much that's going to happen now, I feel. Philippines will take first blood of this match. Very solid scores from X-Van and Joseph. How many 200s? Wow. 7 and 100 from X-Van.
Getting a 990k on Del Rio of any LN picks is absolutely astounding.
Yeah, but when it comes to MENA World Cup, the team really matters more than just very good individual performances. So a pretty good choice from Philippines, despite a very rocky start. They managed to claim it back at the end.
Yeah, honestly, it's really important to assess your abilities as a team. Like, I think pretty much every single team has been sharing their scores and kind of debating who to send as a player and choosing the right 3 players from the 6 player roster to send out on the battlefield.
Yeah, so I'm actually expecting Singapore to maybe go for some tech here, maybe Goblin, maybe QE.
Yeah, Singapore is definitely going to be starting on the rise right now. Maybe something, I think something more conventional like Strange Program, Star of Andromeda would work. Maybe even Angelic Layer would work.
Yeah, they are going for Goblin, yeah. Okay, so here's my theory because Philippines have disgusting scores on Yozakura and Thinking of You. Both maps they placed second. Singapore placed 12th and 7th respectively, so not really so good on the kind of dumpy, speedy kind of maps. But Singapore they kind of excel better on tech density. Why they are going for Goblin here.
Yeah, Goblin has been a really popular pick so far. I think Goblin has been pretty much the second or third pick in all of the matches so
Yeah.
far.
So just to reiterate what Goblin is, first, broken jump streams is very short actually. Well, not extremely short, but pretty short compared to the rest of the pool here, about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And one thing to really point out, the intro has a changing BPM trio. It caught up a few players in the last few matches to see if that will happen later on.
Yeah, in a way, it's a pretty decisive Rice pick.
A very solid opener. Very solid opening Rice pick, yeah.
Yeah, it's also pretty decent to kind of probe tech and Rice abilities of the other team because I feel like maybe we don't know enough about how the Philippines are still holding onto the Rice difficulty in this mode.
Yeah, so we do see a swap apiece. We do see Somzi and Jappy now coming in for the Bredo and Siluesca. Alright, we're going into it now. Just waiting for Somzi. There we go. That
Client
okay.
business.
Yeah, let's just wait for client to survive this stroke here. There we go.
Let's just close our eyes and open them again. And surprise, a match is going.
Surprise! We're getting ourselves underway here. Now, the biggest issue I feel from Singapore will be Jappy because I know X-Ben and Joseph will do really well. It's just this is gonna be the story for Singapore here. Here comes the trail. Okay, both players doing both sides doing really well, yeah. So, like I said, Singapore, the biggest issue right now is just that third player. They have two really good main core players, but a third player that might struggle. The mystery out of the mist that's gonna give Singapore a good lead now.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting to see that Sven and Joseph have been carrying both on the Rice department and the LN department on Del Rio. So I feel like Sven and Joseph are going to be staying on the field most of the time.
Well, not the top player can keep aside. Well, with a miss. Jappy with a miss as well.
Yeah, I feel like
they're gonna give Singapore a good lead.
Yeah, I feel like the Philippines. Oh god. Yeah, I feel like the Philippines are showing their weaknesses on the Rice pool right now.
But more specifically tech, because this is a skill set that Philippines do not perform well on. They perform really well on Vice, just not on this kind of map. And Singapore shredding it despite that third player not being too good compared to X-Ben and Joseph, of course. I mean, X-Ben, what the heck is that score?
Aurelia missing again. And Singapore is still on the double FC roster.
Yeah, I think that's gonna give Singapore a very strong and solid point. Joseph with a miss, that isn't going to hurt too much unless X-Ben pops a huge one at the end. This is still a very decent lead and that will definitely be a point to Singapore.
I am just astounded by
what is 998? How many 300s is that? Oh, okay. Okay.
I kind of want to close the stream, leave the Discord call, and just go outside and brief a little bit because it's not a semi-final score.
If you're beating Swansea in 300 count on a semi-finals Rice map, okay, all right, yeah. Just a casual 79. Yep, let's carry on with our lives.
Yeah, let's get a let's see some 995s in finals. Why not? I am shocked.
Goodness. Yeah, Singapore are just saying, we're putting rice on the table, we're just gifting it to you. Now what? What do you want to do to us, Philippines? Okay, we're just gonna wait for a pick from Philippines now. They did do really well on their reel, even though they were a bit shaky. The biggest issue is whether or not they want to go for another LN map. I feel like they might want to go for either Crony or Carol, or they want to go for something speedy like a Blink. Or to go for Preserve Valkyria. That's fine too, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like the Philippines are going to be keeping their anti-meta strategy, especially since they know that going anti-meta against Singapore is definitely like the main strategy that you want to have.
Yeah, this is gonna be what they're gonna do for the rest of the match, I feel, until they run out of picks. Of course, we see J1002 here, and of course we're gonna see another swap in from Singapore. X-Ben and Josu should stay in. Think who would come back in for Singapore? We also see Silhouette, forgot to mention that. Do we see Jap? Wait, no, Jappy left. Do we see Dabredo again? The Dabredo wasn't doing too hot on the wheel. Maybe we could see Expandium. Oh, okay, they are gonna bring back the Dabredo, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Singapore is mainly going to be pivotal around the third player. It's just a matter of bringing the third player that is going to be doing best for their team. And that is essentially how the Singaporean team is working.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the third player from Singapore to pop up, and then we can get the show on the road. But as we wait for the players, even though it has just been a short time since we did this, but get your banners.
Yes, support your favorite team, buy some banners, and if your team wins, well, the team you have chosen the banner from, you can choose a country that's not your own. You can support Brazil, for example, or the United
I'm supporting
States,
the US.
or Japan even. Japan has been promising as well. Or maybe one of the two teams that we see on the field, like they're also really promising. Anyways, if the country you chose to support actually makes it first out of the Ho Chi Minh World Cup, well, the banner is going to be staying.
We'll be staying until the next edition. Yep. Let's get this underway. Preserve Valkyria. This is a little bit of an LN wildcard. There is some coordination, very tight gaps involved.
Okay, it's weird seeing scroll speeds that are fast again after the departure of Mysteriel.
Hey, Cyrelia has a pretty low scroll speed, I think. Or maybe it's just me.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah. But so for accuracies wise, everyone kind of tight. X-Ben very, very good accuracy. The Dabredo just kind of falling off a little bit from Singapore side, but it is... Oh my gosh, how many points is that? 300?
Yeah, it's gonna be down to how X-Ben is gonna be able to counterbalance the third player.
Yeah, we have one high, one low from Singapore, and as for Philippines, it's just kind of generalized a bit more than Singapore side, so now we get into the BPM change, the beef of this map here.
Yeah, actually the Brevsan is actually doing pretty decently, almost catching up to Sorelia.
Yeah, this is definitely a better choice for the Dabredo than the Rio, because the Rio was a lot more release based, this is a lot more density. Even though there is a few tight gaps there, the Dabredo getting a 200. So right now the lead ever so slightly to Singapore's favor. We still got a little bit of map left, especially this Kiai here.
Yes, the last third is probably very, very decisive in deciding the winner.
Oh my god, that's a miss from
Joseph!
Joseph! And the tables have turned. Philippines has the lead and it is their lead to lose.
Yes, indeed. And reminder that this is Philippines pick to begin with. Oh, the Bredosan is also going to be dropping the Terrell as well.
Traded. There cannot be another miss from Philippines. They need to hold on now. Oh my god, this lead is getting very small. That is still gonna be a point to Philippines, but what a scary one to the finish line. Just by less than 3,000 points. Siloweska? Siloweska, what is that?
Oh, here
what
we
is that? What is that?
That's the kind of score I want to see from Els. That's the kind of
Oh my gosh. I might have woken up my family. That is an insane score from Siloweska. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had faith that I had huge faith on Els. Yeah, going from the previous pick, I could tell like Els is really good.
Goodness. I didn't think we'll get to see 1 to 100 in this map. Oh. Well. We're going for Star of Andromeda, alright. We're going into some contracts. Singapore have a pretty decent super anime groove last weekend, scoring 2.98 million, getting 4th on the map.
Yeah. We're gonna see if this week's song choice is gonna be yielding any different results, because we all know that the anime buff is a real concept.
Yeah, I think Singapore have a pretty strong project team. I don't know about Philippines though. I know Swansea might destroy this, and probably will destroy this. I think Siloweska and Mystery L could be the little bit of a seesaw here. They could destroy it, and maybe they couldn't. But now, who's gonna fill in for the third player of Singapore? That's the question.
Yeah, depending on the third player on Singaporean side.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big question. I think Myonos might be coming in, or maybe Expandion. Either of the two, I think.
Yeah, either of those could actually still sustain Star of Andromeda, I feel like. So
yep, it is gonna be Myonos.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be seeing extremely high performances from Sen and Joseph, and I feel like the third player performance is not going to be as handicapping as on some of the other picks. So Singapore has pretty high chances of making it for this one.
Yeah, we've already seen Singapore's contract skills in this tournament. I don't think we've seen much from Philippines. But that isn't gonna say so much.
Yeah.
It's about now. It's not about the past, it's all about the present.
Yes, it's all about the results. It's all about the chokes that you may or may not be getting. It's all about the curses that the commentators may or may not be doing.
Yeah, may or may not. That is a very good statement. Anyways, Joseph the only mirror here. Everyone else going no more. We're going into this hot. Yeah,
the map starts pretty gentle right here, just settling you in with some regular streams and jump stream. And afterwards it's going to be very, very kind of wake-up quality with long jacks.
Yes, a lot of long jacks. It's just jacks. That's a very early miss from Swansea. So that's gonna give the lead to Singapore now.
Yeah, Swansea not quite liking the long jacks. Maybe some of the transitions rather.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the transitions. I know Swansea can tear this map apart, but it's just mostly the transitions. Now we're going into the core jacks here. Just a couple. Now we're going into straight core jacks, 155 BPM. Missing on this map is brutal. As I say that Joseph is the first miss of Singapore's side, that would definitely give back the lead to Philippines.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Oh, the mystery.
Oh, miss. A miss from Mystery L. Yep, now that's going to shake things a little bit. But a miss from Miranos, a trade back. Now we see. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Siluesca, that's the entire team of Philippines dropping combo. X-Men, the only FC left from Singapore's side, but the lead is still glued to Philippines.
Oh my god, this pick is wild.
What happened to Rionos?
Everywhere.
Rionos' accuracy is extremely low. And that's not good. Even with X-Men destroying the heck out of this map, Rionos is just pulling Singapore downwards, and Philippines is able to hold on despite every single player missing.
Yeah, Rionos' spread is actually pretty huge compared to the other players of the lobby, so I expect that Rionos doesn't have as good as a ratio as other players.
But be careful. Siluesca missing, they cannot afford another miss, I think. Siluesca tanking a lot of 200. That's very scary, very close to the end, but Siluesca was able to hold on, and Philippines will take that point.
This match is actually pretty fascinating to watch because both of the teams are actually playing really differently as a team. Like,
yeah.
What
are these ratios?
There are basically like 6 very different players on the field.
Why do we see 2 players holding 88? That's not right.
Swampsy versus
oh my gosh.
Sven. Yeah, that's...
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
That's very interesting.
What was the difference? How many points was that? 7,800. Oh boy. Philippines cut it extremely close. I think if Siluesca chained a few more misses, that's a point loss. So now it's up to Philippines to pick. Now it is a good break point as well because that's on a rice map. So, well, sticking with whatever they've been going for, it's gonna be Dodgers Gadget or Werewolf House, I think. I will go for Dodgers. In my opinion.
No.
Never mind. I am wrong. I'll hold my hands up in the air.
Like, I feel like Dodgers Gadget has been a pretty divisive pick as an LN pick. One, because it's an LN density pick, and LN density has always been kind of strange because some non-LN players could be very good at LN density. And in Dodgers Gadget case, there's the choice.
Yeah, like I was saying, the intro can trip out a lot of players. But that's where I feel like Philippines can really excel on Dodgers Gadget because we've already seen the last 2 LN maps. Singapore just don't have a really strong third player to compete with Philippines, and I think Philippines as a whole can definitely do better than Singapore as a whole in LNs anyways. But this is still a fine pick. Like I was thinking between that map and Werewolf House, and Werewolf House is also pretty fine.
Yeah, I feel like Werewolf House is kind of a safer pick for the Philippines because it has more elements that Singapore can trip upon. But I think Dodgers Gadget might be the next pick from the Philippines. We'll see. Let's see.
Well, if we're recognizing patterns here, you'll be right. Just gonna wait on Singapore's third player. I believe it should be the Rebel Sun if you've been following the last few maps. We also say hello to Kura and Cyrelia. And there we go, the Rebel Sun is in the house.
Oh, it's interesting to see Kura here. We don't get to see Kura very often. I feel like Kura feels kind of some Philippines niches.
Yeah, Kura usually does SVs, I think. Not necessarily semi-finals LNs in my head.
Like, yeah, what I know about Kura is that Kura is a very, very promising all-rounded Philippines player, but essentially kind of a rising star in terms of skill sets. So we're not seeing them often compared to other players, but here we go.
Yeah, I think the client might have a little bit of a hiccup again. Just ignore the map cut. Just ignore it. Don't worry about it. We are seeing Werewolf House from all 6 players, so we should be good.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay, there we go. Now the map cut's fixed. There we go. Good client, good client.
This was not an SV pick, unfortunately.
Alright, here we go, the intro. If I'm looking at things correctly, that's a shaky start from both Joseph and Dabredo. Very shaky from Joseph. Oh geez, that's a lot of misses, dipping below 98 now, and Philippines have a very good lead. Dabredo with a miss again. From Singapore's side, not looking too good. X-Men with a 99.8, that's extremely good. But this is a team performance tournament here. Singapore, even with a very good X-Men score. As you look from Philippines here, 6-3, 30, and 70.
Yes, the Philippines are still on a triple full combo, and Singapore has only one full combo.
Yeah, and this lead is already about, I'm gonna say 30,000 points, and it might grow just looking at the accuracies. Now we're going into the Kiai.
Yes, the typical Camellia Kiai, as one would say.
But right now, Philippines as a whole, like I said, they are just tearing the LN maps apart.
Yeah, like everyone in the Philippines side is almost above 99.4, but Serralia is going to be missing once, but it's not going to do much to the Philippines lead. I don't think
there is a trick
much to worry about.
Definitely not. This is still going to be a very decisive point to the Philippines as Joseph misses again. 2.94, that's a heck of a team score. Oh my, Suluesca, oh my gosh. I get X-Men has a better ratio, sure, but 200s on this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like avoiding the 200s is almost more impressive than getting a good ratio on it. But
yeah.
anyways, Els does have a really decent ratio on it as well. So the combination of both gives you a 991k, which is astounding to see on an LN pick. Semi's LN pick.
Yeah, seeing 990s on semis is already pretty scary, you know. You just have to imagine what they could do for finals next weekend. If they make it that far, of course. One step at a time. Let's see what Singapore goes for. I will say QE. I think they might be running out of choices here. I'll say QE or Chronio.
I feel like they'd be going for QE. Maybe Acquaintance. Maybe.
Acquaintance might be risky because Philippines has a very good Rosakura.
Chronio, I feel is gonna be risky as well.
We're going as V's. We're going to make it funky.
Yeah, it's worth noting that the Singaporean team does have an SV lineup. And they're actually
contrary to popular belief. Yeah.
Yeah, they're surprisingly decent in SV, so Make It Funky now might be going towards Singapore, but it all depends on how much the Philippines have trained this map.
Yeah, so just a heads up, Marissa, which was the SV reading of last round, Singapore have the 10th best score on it, Philippines have the 14th best score on it, but the score difference was about 30,000 points, so that was a huge difference in Marissa. I'm not sure if we're going to see that again. There might be a similar difference if Philippines did not practice this enough. What can I say? This map and this song is a bop.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a good addition to the Banga's collection. Banga's MWC collection.
Just gonna wait for Singapore's third player.
Yeah, I wonder who they're gonna be bringing as the third player. We see Joseph taking a break for now. The first break since the beginning of the match, actually. Sven has taken no breaks.
Yeah, X-Men's just gonna be the core player, and Expandion comes in now.
Oh yeah, the first appearance of Expandion, actually. And I feel like the Philippines have gotten I think the Philippines have gotten all their players on the field. And every single player has gotten to take a break.
We've also seen every player from Singapore side, just that X-Men has been playing every map.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, let's see how this will go, because for SVs, it's pretty unpredictable, because it really just depends on how much you practice. Well, it doesn't entirely depend on practice, but there is a huge factor in that.
Yeah, I think a lot of skill in SV reading is also in order to get some good accuracy on this pick in particular.
And also how well you can practice it, because some players have different ways of practicing maps, like going into editor or maybe splitting sections apart, and how fast you're able to pick up different sections of a map. Because for SVs, it's very easy to just break apart different sections and practice them. And for something like this, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, this one's a little bit particular to go for. Like, you especially break down your map for memory picks, but this is a reading-oriented one.
Yeah, so for reading SV picks, you don't really have to break them down. You just go through editor sometimes to see which parts you're struggling on, or maybe just play the full thing and just get used to different sections. Because this map repeats itself quite a bit. You see a few accuracy drops from both sides, but oh boy, it's very neck and neck.
Mystery L versus Sven right now, 99.80. 89.
Sidoweska is kind of struggling a little bit, picking up a few 200s, but so is Jappy.
Yeah, it's gonna be Els versus Jalapeno, Kura versus Expanion, and Mystery L versus Sven.
Yeah, and I think the difference between Kura and Expandion is giving that lead to Philippines. It is a pretty sizable lead. Mystery L is beating X-Men by just a bit, and Jappy with a huge accuracy loss. Rushing a few of those patterns, dropping down to 0.2.
Yeah,
and
right now
suddenly
Philippines.
Suddenly it's a Philippines map now.
Yeah, right now Philippines is looking to take potentially the first breakpoint.
Well, the second. Right?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot they were up to 4-1. I completely crossed on the score. Oh my god.
Well, it's okay, Pat. Make it 5-1. Philippines take another breakpoint off the SV map. Whoa, we see 2v1 double S's, Kura and X-Fin.
Those ratios are so good. Sven with the V1 double S on Make It Funky now. That's so good. Expandion with almost the V1 double S as well. Albeit with a slightly worse ratio, but it's still really impressive.
Yeah, but once again, another map decided by 7,000 points. And it really just came down to the 200 between Siloweska and Jappy.
Yes, basically, the team performance is what matters here. 3 players have to make the cuts. 3 players
Wait,
have to make the cuts.
Kura had exactly 1 point higher than Mystery L. I just noticed that. What the heck?
Wow, what a team performance.
Hey, Pat, remember when you said that they'll go for Dodger's gadget?
Oh, yeah, completely predictable.
Yeah, I totally didn't expect this. Look at all of the LM maps coded in red. Wow.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it is really pretty to see like one full category picked by one team.
Yeah, it's as if this was all scripted.
And I believe this is gonna be the Singapore side once again. X-Ven, the Better Son, Joseph, we're gonna see a swap of Philippines as well. Is Kura staying?
Yeah, I feel like this might be a Kura pick.
Yeah, I guess so. That means we're going to see Cyrelia, I guess.
Yeah, I think Cyrelia is going to be the third player here. Kura has been performing extremely well on some of the Olympics. It's a little bit situational which of the players they decide to switch. Like for example, for Del Rio, I expect that Kura might be a little bit tiny worse at LM releases.
Yeah, fair enough. But that just makes Philippines look more flexible, really.
Oh yeah,
Players
flexibility.
interchanging in and out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like flexibility is a really, really good thing to have as a team. It means that players are not like hard stuck in a role, and players can actually discuss between each other and kind of defer some responsibility, I guess.
Yeah, also to clear up a little bit of a misconception, this technically is from Underjoy's LN Done, but the LN Done uses 1.0, this is 1.05.
And also, I think the then also nerfed the intro.
Yeah, I think so too, the intro. I mean, we'll get to see it very soon. You mentioned it before, I mentioned it briefly as well. This intro can make or break your play.
Yeah, the legendary intro. Brought to us by Intelizer. Thank you, Intelizer, very much for this intro.
Intelizer ET, and we do see Cyrelia in, so there we go.
Also, Intelizer, we miss you very much in the Semifinals World Cup. Please come back next year.
Yes, please come back next year so Japan can get their revenge and win. Anyways, oh, is J1000 still in the lobby? This whole time J1000 has just been in the lobby, just vibing.
Yeah, just hiding. Just waiting
hiding.
to. Yeah, just hiding.
Being the fourth player.
Yeah, that's the true meaning of a hidden player. Screw you, they can.
We just see like a 3 million score from Philippines. We're like, wait, what's going on? Anyways, here we go. Another LN map again from Philippines, as they have. Let's see this intro.
Alright, who's gonna die? Who has mind blocked the intro? Oh my god, that's a double!
Well, there you go. That is 2 landmines exploded. Oh, 2 big landmines. Well, 1 big one for the battle.
And another one!
2 landmines again exploding in Singapore's side and Philippines. Wow. Wow, just look at these Philippine scores. Wow. 6, 7, and 7.
If you're missing mines from Stepmania and Eternal, here they are, back in Osimania.
In the form of LNs. Oh boy, and this is where Philippines strikes, where it really hurts for Singapore.
Oh my god.
And yeah, that's the full team wipeout from Singapore, and the entire team of Philippines still holding on to full combos, and we're already halfway in. This is a massacre.
Oh my god. I'm thinking this might be not safe for work.
Well, it will be not safe for work once we see Silvestre score, because
oh my god, Else is still at the 99.8. But Sven is well though!
X-Ben with a 99.8, even with a miss. Mind you.
Wait, how?
Goodness, well, okay, let's see if anything changes once we hit the first inverse wall, because the inverse wall can hurt. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Is Silvestre gaining accuracy? X-Ben
How do you
dropped
gain
some accuracy
on this part?
X-Ben dropped a bit, dropped to like 0.1%.
Yeah, got the 200 most likely in there. And the Philippines is still on the triple full combo.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, Philippines. I mean, I don't know who Philippines will face next, but take down your notes, whoever is possibly facing them.
Yeah, a reminder that teams in the losers bracket have 2 matches. 2 matches in the weekend, if they win the first one.
Okay, I want to see the score from Silvestre. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see the ratio here.
Jeez! What is that?
That's gonna be 994, that's gonna be a V1WS.
Okay, let's look at the 200 counts, right? We have 26, 25, 14, 89, 23, and 0. 0! What?
That is
What?
that score is such an anomaly in the lobby.
0! Oh my god.
Emily, do you want to marry me?
Okay, Pat, you might want to back out a little bit.
Just
Calm down,
kidding.
calm down. Philippines haven't won the match yet. Calm down. There's still a little bit left. Singapore still have a pick. But yeah, this has to be Rice now. It has to be Rice. I mean, maybe Chrono Carol, but this could be Singapore's last pick, and they really need to put a stamp on. This could be a long thing from them, because whatever happens next, this is their tournament lives on the line. Philippines, they win one more, they're going through.
But the thing is, like, Singapore has plenty of options right now. The Singaporean Rise team is really, really solid. So they can definitely make it back, especially since the Olympics are gone now.
Yep, and they are going for Angelic Layer. So this is 175 BPM, 1/8 streams for 2 minutes. It is pretty quick, pretty speedy. But that is where Swansea comes in, I'm pretty sure. Oh, hold on. Silveska's asking Cyrilla to stay in. Okay, never mind. We do see Swansea, so I'm assuming Swansea is gonna swap for Ura. There we go.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna be hiding a player in return.
Hiding another player again. Okay, we do see Expandion in for Singapore now. Okay, I am not going to jinx things. I do not want to jinx things, but this would be such an amazing song to end off this match. If Philippines take it. That's an if, you know. Because the last few months has definitely been a little bit dark in the rhythm game community after what happened to Shiki, so. Let's just see what will happen.
Yes, and all of the players on the field are definitely going to be paying homage to the legendary Shiki.
Let's get it. Here we go. Whenever you're ready, Somsy. Alright, there we go. Of course, this is Singapore's pick to lose, so I do have some expectations for Singapore to take this. Yep. Yep, okay, client. Just straighten yourself out. I think we're just gonna wait for Cyrilla to... There we go. Okay, I think we are all caught up now.
Yeah, I think we're all ready to analyze this play, and it seems that Joseph is actually missing quite a bit.
Yeah, that is 2 drops of Singapore's side already compared to nothing from Philippines. Somsy, like I said, holding an extremely good score, but X-Ben out-hacking Somsy at this stage. But those few misses are definitely going to be rough for Singapore from Joseph's side. That's going to give a pretty good lead, 20,000 points to Philippines. And that's another miss from Expandion, so now Philippines have a bigger cushion.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like a pretty big Filipinian advantage right now, especially if Expandion is going to be mixing some more.
Yeah, I had some worries with Singapore picking this because they didn't do too well on stuff like Yozakura and Thinking of You. So, as you can already see, Somsy. Okay.
Okay, Swansea.
Oh my gosh.
Pay attention, the match is not over yet.
No, I'm just more surprised at how I just said Swansea and then they decide to miss for me. Thank you, I guess. Anyways, moving on with our lives. Philippines still has a really good lead.
I guess it's a very bad.
Oh, okay. What just happened? Two players missing, Cyrilla and Joseph. This is still a Philippines league. Oh, okay, okay. I might have to eat my words back. This is starting to look a little bit scary for Philippines.
Uh-oh. No,
J1, that's another miss.
Miss.
Philippines lead shrinking. Joseph will miss to cushion it though. Philippines still has the lead. It's gonna stay there.
The Philippines
how long?
not afford one extra miss. Oh, okay, Joseph is
gosh.
really allowing them one extra miss.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
What was that? What was that? Everyone was missing except for X-Vin with a V1SS. Oh my gosh. But that is the final nail in the coffin for Singapore as they say goodbye to us in this World Cup. Philippines will march on 7-1. Taking revenge from last year's loss, they will move on to face either Vietnam or Indonesia, another Southeast Asian clash that will happen very soon. But commiserations to Singapore. They've done an extremely good job throughout this entire World Cup. And all the way to the end, as we saw, pulling out some very crazy performances. But it will be Philippines Day. A Philippines Day to shine. And they will survive another day in this World Cup. They will be facing, like I said, Vietnam or Indonesia tomorrow. A very spicy match that will be coming out very soon.
Like Vietnam versus Indonesia. Well, either of the teams, they might have watched this match in particular, and oh my god, they're definitely they must be definitely afraid of the Philippines right now because some of the performances for the Philippines are definitely very scary. Breaking down Singapore 7-1 is an incredible achievement.
Very incredible achievement indeed. And with all of the team scores as well, Celoresca pulling off a performance of her lifetime as well. Some insane scores. But we shall see if they'll be able to replicate that again tomorrow. But we will be waiting just a bit, just a bit under 1 hour. We have that match coming up very soon. Vietnam and Indonesia, another Southeast Asia clash. And the winner of that Southeast Asia clash will create another Southeast Asia clash with Philippines. So tune back in about 15 minutes for that. That'll be really interesting to watch, especially since Indonesia pulled off a pretty surprising upset against Chile last weekend. We'll see how well they'll cope with the semi-finals pool.
It's going to be also interesting to see how Vietnam actually scales to semi-finals.
Yep, but with that, anything you got?
I guess Vietnam against Indonesia is going to be a fight to see. I feel like they might be fighting to not fight against the Philippines, seeing how scary they are.
Yeah, they'll just have to do their best, and then, well, maybe re-strategize for Philippines, whoever wins. But yeah, with that, I guess get your banners before we go. That's a very important thing we need to do. Get your banners. You know, whoever is still in the competition and whoever is out of the competition, you can still support them. Why not? You know, if you are part of a country that doesn't play in the World Cup anymore, you can still get to support them anyways. But if you get to pick a banner of the winning team of the World Cup, you get to have that for a pretty long time. So some very nice snares to your profiles. But yeah, anything else you want to add, Pat, before we go for a 50-minute break?
Ravioli is my formioli. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. See you in 50 minutes. Goodbye.